In today's video, we'll have the rich face off against the poor to see who builds the best civilization in WorldBox. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Alright, let's start by making the map here, and I'm thinking of doing it in two parts. Look, the top part here will be for the rich people, right? We'll put their area up here. And then there will be a river here that will cross through, and this will be the area for the poor, you know? It'll be something like this. Look, the top is for the rich and the bottom is for the poor. Let's start with the poor area. Let me just lower the game speed and I'll also pause it, right? So there's no kind of advantage. Okay, for the poor, I'm gonna put them in the arcane desert. There you go, we've filled up the desert here. And for the rich humans, we can put them... Let me see. Enchanted seeds sound good since they're rich, right? So there will be a lot of good ore here in this biome, okay? But this river here, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of ugly. I'm going to fix it up here. Look, I'll make it look nicer and basically just add some terrain to it here. Basically just this. Now we start, it's gonna look kind of funny here. It's gonna look nice. You can even do this. Look, you can make it even nicer like this. This way, then it'll be, it'll look cool. Man, I liked it like this. It turned out better. Man, we come here, look, grab the vortex, which changes the map a bit. Wow, but then I messed it up too much, right? Guys, honestly, I screwed up the map, man. Let me put it back the way it was, because I messed up the map now, man. What is this? Okay, let me just fix this mess here, okay? Let's put the biome back here where we had placed it. Just fix this thing here, because it looked really bad. Man, okay, alright, I fixed it, and it's going to stay like this. Here's the side of the poor humans, and up here the side of the rich humans. Now comes the fun part. And I disabled these two functions here for growing trees and also minerals, because whatever I put here is what they're going to consume, you know? So obviously there will be more minerals, more trees for the rich than for the poor, but let's see how they manage things. And for that, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a bit of wood and give it to the rich humans. Here there will be no shortage. And I'll also put some food for them. Actually, not just a little, right? Plenty of minerals. We're going to use the best there is, right? It'll be adamantine, and adding some silver spots is also nice, and that's it. Now what are we going to do here for the poor humans? Food, right? Otherwise they'll starve since we can't add food. They're out of luck. Man, I'm going to be nice to them, okay? And I'm going to make a quadrant here that will have to remove border theft. And we'll make a biome here, I don't know, with jungle seeds really small. I think that's good. Look, more or less in this corner. Then we put some food for them. It won't be much, man. They'll have to manage, but let's see how far they can go, right? Here there will be a little place for them to eat. Yeah, it's not much, but they'll have to manage and see what they can do with that amount of food and ore. Just stone, really. I'll even put a lot of stone, because stone doesn't help much. So let's see what they'll do with stones and trees. Or I'll put some too, just so they can start building their civilization, okay? I'll put a lot, because they'll run out. So we have to be fair to both sides. We know that the rich humans have an overwhelming advantage, right? But let's see what they'll do with the minimum resources, which isn't a small amount, okay? I put a lot here. I was pretty generous. Look, I'm putting in a lot. I'll even add more stone because I felt sorry for them, and that's it. I don't know if they're going to attack each other. If I leave it open here, I'll leave it open for now to see what happens, okay? Whether they fight or not, it doesn't matter. We just want to see how each one evolves, who gets stronger and all that. I think it's the rich humans. Share your thoughts in the comments. That's all. Let's put, starting with the humans, let's start with the poor ones so they have a little more advantage when they start building. Because man, it's gonna be tough for them here, huh? Beating the rich humans, right? Let's let them evolve. There are already 50 here, and we added it here too, so it's 50 as well. I'm even going to change their names here. I'm going to put rich and poor below. Poor. But at first they're just looking for something so they can start developing their village. They've already built the campfire, but they haven't lit it yet. I don't know why, but that's okay. They're going to start now, I think. I don't know, they're going after resources. Look, they're getting wood and everything, and here they're going to start building the campfire. Let's see if they're going to build it. They've already used up the wood that was in front of the campfire, and they made the campfire nice. They also made a storage area where they're gonna put the stones and wood that I dropped here for them, and that's it. Let's see how the humans are doing up there now. Yeah, it's the same. They're still at it. They're just chilling. They have a lot of resources. Some of them here are sleeping. They're all slackers, man. What's up with that? I guess I only left a few trees for the rich humans. I'll add a bit more here. Wow, I really didn't put much, did I? Let's let them evolve for a few years and we'll be back soon. Alright, we're back. And basically, I'm surprised by what happened here, okay? The poor humans. I don't know where they got so many stones from. Man, I didn't put this here. I didn't put this here. I don't know what they did to drop so many stones, especially since I disabled everything that could help them with stones. Tree. To spawn randomly, there's no way to spawn it. I really don't know how they did that. Maybe it's because of this mine they built, but I'm not sure if that's actually possible. And take a look at this house here surrounded by rocks. Man, what's up with that? Do you think the guys like the guy who lives here? Although he's far away from everyone, so maybe that's a sign that people don't like him, but I don't know. They also built a windmill where they have crops around it. And mano, that was really smart of them, okay? They even made a little road here so they can walk, and there are several farmers working here. Excellent! They've already turned things around when it comes to food planting. In fact, I just put a little bit of feed here for them, see? And it's already gone. They must have used the seeds and started the plantation. And here there's another mill, but there's nothing around it. Strange. But alright man, I was really surprised here with the island of the poor. So much so that their only resource is stone, poor guys. There's nothing here but stone. But mano, it's what they had to use and they used it in the best way possible, honestly. There are several humans here who are using stone as a weapon. And look, we just spawned a stone here. I'm not sure how, but they even made a well. That's genius. Now they have drinking water, which is pretty interesting. And besides that, look at the buildings they've made here. It turned out great. I liked it, that's all. Let's take a look at how the rich humans are doing now. And what's that, man? They built the neat little houses side by side in rows of 3, and it turned out amazing. And they also used up all the resources they had. Really nice. Okay, it turned out great. I really liked it. Okay, it's not that different from the poor ones, right? I think the poor ones put a little more effort into it, okay? Yeah, they did a little better. The roads, I think, but these ones here are really straight, so it gives the impression that they're better. But I think the poor people's roads turned out better, okay? They also built a plantation here, which is huge for them. That's impressive, though the houses are just average. I'm not sure what happened here or what this ore is. Maybe it's food, like the wheat they're collecting over there. They have 2 plantation areas here and it's not much different from what the poor have over there, okay? I wanted to see a battle between them, to see what would happen. Let's do that then, let's do it. I'm going to create like a walkway here for them and let's see what happens. Look, I'll put it here, but before that, right? Let's take a look at the army before I pull this stunt with them. Let's check out this guy here. I think he has some nice copper and a legendary weapon. Probably copper. He doesn't have the service, are you sure? And he's got some traits here. Weak, nearsighted, fat, resilient, fertile. Wow, my god, it's all bad stuff, okay? He only has 53 health and deals 9 to 15 damage. Okay, let's check out another one, because this one is really messed up, man. What's up with that? I'm going to pick a tough guy, this one here. Look, let's click on this one. He even has a shield, okay? They're all weak? Are they weak because they don't eat? It's because his hunger is at 65%, right? It should be at 100%, shouldn't it? And man, they deal a bit of damage here. Actually, a considerable amount, okay? 11 to 14 damage. Not bad, given they only have stone weapons. Let's look at this big guy. He's definitely huge, right? Yeah, he's huge, but he's also weak, okay? He has a stone hammer, and his mana and stamina are pretty high. Okay, he only does 1 damage, man, so now what? I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Let's take a look at the rich humans now. Let's click on this guy here, and I think it's the same. Yeah, man, right? I thought it was the same guy as before, but it's not him. Here, he's got a lot of good traits, man. Look, greedy. Wow, there's no better trait that matches the rich, right? Greedy, and he's ugly, honest maybe, right? Ambitious, nice. He has 345 health and deals 27 to 46 damage. Guys, I don't know, huh? Let's click on, wow, let's click on this big guy here too. Wow, they're all huge. Man, he has a silver sword and he's weak, stupid, giant, and ambitious, okay? He has 375 health and does 12-15 damage. Let's test it. So they're going from one village to another, but we want to fight, and what can we do? And we can help with that by making one. And we're going to help this war happen. With the rumor of war, basically we're going to get the poor to attack the rich. Let's see what happens here. Hey, look, the leader here is already heading toward the passage. And let's see what happens. Look, there's already trouble down here. Wow, they already caught the guy and started beating him up. Look, he's alone. They surrounded him. This one is about to get taken out too. Look, he's trying to get away through the water. That was pretty smart. But now it's really about to start. That guy was reckless going in, almost like a suicide bomber. Look at the war happening. Wow, now the rich guys came down here to beat up the poor man. Yeah, the poor have little health. So I think they're going to get beaten up here by the rich. But let's see what happens. Look, the rich are starting to invade the poor people's island here. They have protections, silver swords, and everything else. And man, this is gonna be overwhelming. I can already see it. Look at this soldier here. Wow, there wasn't even time. It's the rich here. They're already beating everyone up, man. What's this, bro? They're going hard on everyone here. Look, the captain here from the army of the poor. Let's see what he's going to do. Wow, he just took one hit and he was done for. It's not even funny, man. And now, what's gonna happen to them? Look at this, man. What's going on? It's over for the poor humans. The rich here, they're going to make the poor kneel to them and turn them into slaves. Man, we'll see. If the houses turn blue, it means the poor gave up. But I don't think they will. Okay? It's going to be kind of like a Cold War here. Because they're not fighting anymore. Look, at least I think that's what's happening. Look, they're not arguing. What happened? I'll speed up the game to see how far the war goes, so I set it to speed 5. Look, they surrendered. Guys, just like I said, huh? What I said happened, they surrendered. The poor people are now part of the guy's village. No way, right? The rich and poor now live in the same village, meaning the poor surrendered and will be slaves to the rich forever. Yeah, it was a sad ending, but we already knew it was gonna happen, right? The poor were too weak and they weren't going to risk their own lives over a piece of land, right? And that's it, guys. I like this experiment. They're making a statue here? No way. Let me see what it'll be. Let's speed it up. I think it's going to be of the flying saucer man, but let's see. Are they going to make a statue of the king? Wow. I don't know what that is. I couldn't figure it out. But it must be the king of the rich. And we'll wrap it up here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, leave a like and see you next time.